moving right along. Let's have a look, see what we got. Master cylinder repair kit. Look at all that. A carb kit, all the rubber bits. Rubber bits. The front cylinder rebuild kit. Carbs, brakes, and the lever. If this works, I want it on camera. I can get a good seal.
Oh,
okay.
Let's try.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next. I'm just explaining to the camera, although a viewer suggested we use a grease gun to get this out. It's just too impractical. I haven't got a grease gun that's good enough. I couldn't get a nipple that I could fit. I would have to have made one. It just wasn't working out. Plus, I don't think my crappy grease gun is going to give me any pressure. So we're not going to go with that method. We're going to do a different method I saw. I'm going to be putting pressure on it, twisting. There's no good clamping.
Twisting the pucks.
Yep.
Are you going to get enough protruding to get a grip? Okay.
Yes, we do. Try those. So I'm just holding it rather than clamping it, just giving it two sides to push against so that I can put some pressure on it. That one's, there we go, I can spin it. Didn't have it on it, of course. Well, there we go.
They're starting to go.
This is convenient with the two because I can undo
Yeah.
it and then... Can you hold it in and just hold it down? Just do your best to...
I'm camouflaging the action, I'm afraid. But
Okay, oh, that's good, it's coming out.
bloody hell. You would never have thought it, would you?
Ta-da!
Incredible.
And if you're a YouTube restorer, you could use that again.
At the top.
Okay, well, let's try that again. See if we can grab that.
Look at that. Amazing.
And the other one came out, so
Yeah.
the other one's done. So it's just those. There's heaps of crap in there. All that same crap that was blocking up those pistons in the master cylinders, you know?
Yeah, it's worked its way in there, hasn't it?
Well, I'm not sure how we're going to clean that. Anything you put in, you know, when you've got a bit of crustiness sitting on a surface, anything you put on to get it is going to do the bits around it. You know, it's like sanding over a bump. You're going to sand either side of the bump as well.
Yeah.
The crusty bit is sufficiently hard. Anything, I think, with these brushes or even emery is going to do damage around the crust.
Yeah.
The thing that does work is to actually get onto the crust and go crack it off. It's the kind of thing, if it was a flat surface, I'd use a blade for. I'd use a razor blade and I'd just go skim over the surface and you'd get that. You'd get that raised section. But this is certainly not a flat surface. Oh, and there's the bit on the, see, there's one area where it's on the lower cylinder. And there we go. I can scrape it off. It does not look coated in any way. It really doesn't. Oh, there's heaps of it down there. No, this is no good.
Oh, you shouldn't have put those glasses.
Oh, there's heaps. It's all crusty way down in the bore. Oh, there's heaps of it down there. Yeah, there's heaps of it down in the bore.
Right.
It still looks like a stone would be great to drag over it and crack it all off at once. If that hone may end up using... That looks like it would crack it off. You know, these edges there. Let's shove this in just for fun. It's going to just go in there just for fun. Have a look.
Yeah, you can still hear it.
Yeah. I think that's doing it. That did it.
Oh, it's done it.
Yeah, that's doing it. That's basically taking that bulk of that off. I mean, you can feel it. I can feel it scrunching that little bit off. Well.
It's pretty much gone, is it?
Yeah, so there's discoloration, but is there a surface there or not? Let me just check that.
Oh, yeah, it does. You're right. It's
A bit of discoloration, but all that crust is gone.
it's pretty good. Yeah.
Right, what we're going to do today is carry on a little bit with the Honda. John's away, so it's just going to be me for a little bit. And I've got a couple of things I can do. I can reassemble the calipers, just put all the bits on. We did the basic rebuild with the pistons and all that and all the rubber, and that went really well. So these are like new, which is nice. Very nice. So there's that, but there's lots of small bits to fix up. Oh, this is looking filthy, for example. Yikes. Yeah, that sort of thing. So I want to do all that. And then when he's back, we'll assemble it on the bike. I could do the carb as well. That's a possibility. Might do that. We'll see. I don't know if these are helping, but I'm going to stick with them for a bit, in case they are the saving grace. This guy on the forum who's having a watch of these, and as he mentioned as well, and as we mentioned last time, these pads have had like no use at all. See, there's only just that tiny bit in the middle there that's even had any wear, but the rest of the pad is as new. It's not even touched. Here, a little bit on the top, I guess. A little bit up front here. One little switch. Right, we'll clean that up as well. Now that cover, that was just pressed on, like so. Done. There. Well, that one was no longer black, and now it basically looks like they looked before. Good. Now just silicone this one and this one. We'll start with the bits that are just going to get a spray, like these here. Spray and a rub down. Very nice. Which one of those was the one that lost all its coating? Can't tell now. Great. This entire unit is a bit of a pain because it's had this scrape damage somehow. I don't know how. But there was a little tiny piece off, a little tiny scrape up here, right there. There was one here. There's one on that screw that goes in there, and then the lever as well. So I've got a new lever, got a new screw. I took that back a little bit. Not quite far enough. Might do that a little bit more. And then this bit here, I think I'll just take that off as well, because all you're seeing at the moment is the gravel or whatever it was scraped against, or a wall or the side of a container, or I don't know what. So I'm just going to round that off, and then as the aluminium oxidizes again, it shouldn't be so obvious. There we go. There we go, very nice. That's not bad. Bolt handle lever. Once that flattens out, that's not so bad. That's actually not incredibly obvious. Cool. Let's look at our 4 banjos. The thing I did yesterday with the blackening, and then I gave it a coat of a gloss, clear, because they all have this shiny. They've all got this gloss coat on them, like a lot of these parts have an additional clear coat, and that's the one that had lost all of its black. What a terrible system having this switch out here in the open. I'm going to jig like this on the back, like that. That would have to go like that in order to fit. Well, that's the other way around from what they're saying. That little piece there, they're saying this goes the other way. According to that picture there, should be like that with the clip on that side. Right there. Which doesn't make any sense because they're saying it should be up like that. No, it has to go like this. For God's sakes, what's wrong with them? It's the only way it can go. Idiots. We're saying 18 Newton meters for the screws and then 3 Newton meters for the little tiny ones. Three. There you go. Okay. Good. There's that one down. So, let's get on with the next piece. Well, that's it. That's as far as we're going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got that 4 turns to all the way in. 4 half turns. 1, 2, 1 turn. So that was 2 turns, 1 turn. That'll be that one. All right, so those are the bits. I'll go and have a go at cleaning these. Dissolved some of it. I was able to brush a fair bit off. The worst part is this atomizer here. Just on one side, it's in very bad shape. But I will see if I can get that. Yep, that's the one. Okay, 21.5. For some reason they're holding it upside down. Go a bit more that way. So with the float just resting against the valve, we get 21.5 right there. Good. This can go back on, can't it? There's no other reason for it not to. Good. Goes there. And that's the whole carb. Nothing else to do on that. And this is a bit rubbish on top here. It's a shame, but it's good on the side, just. It's just starting to go there. Again, it's got that clear coat on it. Well, I'll have a look at cleaning that up. And all these bits I'll need to clean up. All these rubbers and screws, and then this gasket, we're going to reuse that. All right, there we go. So that's all ready for next time when John gets back. All right, back on the motorbike today. Now I've spent an hour or so washing parts, basically the remaining panels and boxes and bits of rubber and so on. And before I bring those over, I'm just going to have a look at the gas cap, which is looking a bit of a mess here. Cleaning up this because obviously I don't want to run a steel brush over the chrome. And so this is pretty good for that. Yeah, that's cleaning that up. Obviously it's full of dust and glass fibers and stuff, but we'll get that out. Beautiful. Oops. So, well, we're just gonna grab this thing. Yeah. Some grease remover spray. It's a bit hard, that piece. I'm just going to give it some smelly cone. So it's going to go that way, and that's it. We just put it down. This thing here, and that thing like that. That. It's a matter of sticking the pointer under and pulling the little tab sections there, making sure they come out. There's 4 of them. Out, lock. So You can only pull it out when it's locked. Okay. It looks a lot better than it did, and it works. So let's tighten those. Done. Very happy with that. Glad that came back. Good. Happy with that. Gave that a big clean up. The petcock, that was a mess. Let's see, there's a few bits and pieces to clean up here. This the wrist will have to be polished into it. Yeah. And if it were vapor blasted, I don't think you could replicate this precisely, but you can see there's a grain pattern like that. Might be hard to do. Yeah, that looks good. Pretty good. Let's put that over here. Do anything with that. Very nice. This was all the plating is off here. It looks better. Well, it looks like polished aluminium. Obviously, it's a little bit more polished on top than on the sides, but not much. So, What I want to do here is make a new gasket for this slot. So I'm going to use my camera foam again. 3. So 3 going down into 571. 5.2. Yes, just over 5.2. So 2.2 millimeters, and that's when they touch. So we would like to have a little bit more if we can, but not much. 2.6. So 188. Oh, that's 3. So I just need to cut a few strips. Too high there. Good. Just that millimeter of squeeze up. Ooh. There's definitely shit in there. That in. Give it a little bit of a twist. And sure enough, didn't even know there was something in there, but there we go, and it smells bad. Okay, so we've got an O-ring, which is buggered. Now we've got the filter, which is looking pretty bad. Well, I can hear it's full of crap. There's all the crap, right there. Well, it's definitely flaky, rusty shit. No doubt about that. If I grab that, yep, it's moving. Oh, there it is. That's the crap right there. Right, it's sitting down in this section here. It's not there. It's here. Let's see, what kind of tubes have I got? I'll need something I can stick all the way in there. I've used this before in tanks, but it's not going to get past that that thing. Let's see, I'll go into my, like that. It does. And I'll be able to see through it. That's what appeals to me, is that this thing here. Does that come off? Mm-hmm. Perfect fit. Right out of the box. Oh yeah, that goes. Look at that. That was it. I just sucked that out. Look at the photos. I think that was an excellent result. That's sitting there. There's my hose right on it. See? What it needs is something to shake it up. These made their way through my Ducati tank. The screws are too big, but the nuts, they look about right. Let me just try one. Okay, so say I've got one left in there. So bring it up here. Get my magnet. Looky. I got it. When I did this with my Ducati tank, it was terrifying shaking it around the room. I didn't even hit record. So what I just did was sit here. Several of them came out looking filthy. But let's go back there. Ugh, what a stinky, stinky stench. I'm gonna clean those. That's it, basically. That's just fuel and shit, you know. There. Okay. So there. Now, yeah, it's sludge. That is some sludge. Alrighty, let's stick it up its butt first. What a crappy affair this is. Could be worse. Could be a lot worse. Some bikes are really bad. It's looking pretty good. Look at that. Okay, that's cleaned that out. That's pretty good. So that's the bottom of the crack there. That was all right there, and it's basically gone. Very good. Happy with that. Let's see if that comes out. Okay. So this is what I've done so far. I've got the tank sitting there full of evaporust. Give that until midnight or so, and then I'll clear that out. Gave the tank a big clean out. Then over here, I've laid out all the bits that I've cleaned up and worked on. I still need to sort out an O-ring. Yeah, okay, there's one more O-ring I need. Lots of stuff though. Everything's all cleaned, polished, siliconed. Everything's come up very nicely. Obviously, these parts are rebuilt. The carb, 2 brake calipers, and 2 cylinders here. Oh, and this, well, that was quite a job. It's come up perfectly. Works. This here, all that corrosion, well, you certainly don't see the corrosion now. And that'll matte off a little bit once it's been on there for a little while. It's good enough for now. Again, this is not a restoration. It's just sort of a bit of a fix-up to get it going, and then see if I take it any further. Put a gasket in there, made up a new close-cell foam gasket for this, and that's about it. All right, so looking forward to putting all that together. After turning that out of the way, put my hand on that. A lot of this. And I did flip it over just to get it on the top. Yeah. It's good. So then we go like that, lay it down, and then just go like that. I pulled off the rest of the carb here, the slide. Look at this, look at that thing. Those are the tank mounts, and here's the ignition, plus the Takigawa Hyper CDI. I'm not going to put that in, I'm going to leave that off, just to get it running in its default sort of state. Let's get the brush wet. Why would this thing have the Takigawa thing on it? Actually, I know why. The guy who bought it first, off the person who brought it into the country, he got some extra bits for it. He bought a brochure, like off eBay. You know, if you're a collector and you're interested in the things and you go and you buy the factory brochure, that sort of thing, he did that. He bought a spare rev counter, I think, or a speedo, I can't remember which. I've got that sitting brand new in a box. And he said he bought it because he thought it didn't work. He thought the one that was on it was faulty, and then it wasn't. And so he was buying bits. Well, if you'd done any research into the bike at the time, especially back then, yes, one of these units, a Takigawa thingy, was the thing to get. And he might have just bought that second hand off eBay or something. It's certainly a possibility. It's the only bit that really shows wear, apart from those two exhausts and then that damage that was on the brake lever and the screw. I need to look into these. I was reading something about them, about how they bypass the advance, something like that, and that there's a better way to do it, just with wiring. That's all. You just push it up. So we're on number 2 of 5, and it's got fuel crap all over it. I think that's just discoloration now. So that's the stop where the idle screw stops. That's all fine. We have a new one of these. Let's do a bit of silicone on these bits. Okay, that goes on that one way or the other. Well, those came up a lot nicer than they were. Yeah, good. These kinds of little bits of rustiness, I just wouldn't mind painting a little bit of rust converter on them. Like there, under there, there. Yep, that's looking good. We go around here. Yeah, I don't see any in here. It's clean. All the way around there. Looks a bit mucky, but it's not rusty. Right, then we'll just rub it down. Just like that. That's all I wanted to do. Tank's looking good. Yeah, it was filthy inside. Yeah, it was a mess.